Sterling Lady Knights are set to take on the Collingswood Panthers here in their first home game of the year. It is a beautiful day for some girls soccer. We'll look at the current weather conditions. 84 degrees, winds blowing 6 miles an hour, humidity at 45% today, mostly sunny skies. I'm Brian McLernan, joined by Daniel Leakin and Mr. Schulz. We'll look at the Colonial Liberty standings. Sterling last year absolutely dominant, a 17-2-2 record, followed by Haddonfield with a 12-8 record. Then it goes West Deptford at 13-8, Haddon Township at 13-8, Haddon Heights at 7-11, and Collingswood at the bottom at 7-12. In the series notes, since 2005, Sterling with a 24-1 record over the Collingswood Panthers. They've outscored opponents 53-15. Collingswood outscoring opponents 54-51. And Sterling has won, and this is all of last year, Sterling has won the last 7 meetings against Collingswood, or they've just won the last 7 meetings in general. And Collingswood, their last win all the way back in 2019, Sterling shutting out Collingswood both games last year. Look at those 2 games from last year. You see the 5 scorers for Sterling back in October of 2022. Ireland Kay, Troilo, Dram, Wiley, and Sims. And then in September, Sterling with a 5-0 win as well. Bridget Dixon with 2 goals. Montgomery Dram with 2 goals. And Adriana Cesada with 1 goal as well. You look at the 2022 season stats. Bridget Dixon led the way with 43 points, 19 goals, 5 assists. Then it was Montgomery Dram right behind her. And then as well as Ireland Kay, Morgan Sims, Tony Troilo, Elise Simpson, and Jade Wiley being those dominant players for the girls. Look at this year. You see a big down 0, big goose egg for the Lady Knights. Bridget Dixon out for the year with a torn ACL. And you look at the leading scorers. Tony Troilo leading away with 8 points, 4 goals, as well as Ireland Kay, Shay Wiley, Montgomery Dram, Amber Wilsey, and Morgan Sims. And the leading scorer for Collingswood, only 1 girl on there. That's Mia Vukovic-Gartland with 2 points, 1 goal, no assists. And guys, we are ready to get things underway.
I'm very excited for this game. I mean, we're going to have to see how Sterling does without their leading scorer. I mean, they've managed 2 games already. We're going to see what they do with this one. But not only did they lose Bridget Dixon, but they got someone back. They got a big name in Jordan Baker back, who was out last year with an ACL tear. So it's going to be good to have her back in this team, where she's wearing the captain band today, and it's going to be interesting to see what she does.
And the one thing when you look at those stats that sticks out is the bounce. You get scoring from a lot of different people. So if you're trying to defend Sterling, you really can't go to any one player. So, and that bounce is something that's really going to help them when they play some of the better teams, and especially when I hate to talk about playoffs right now, but when they get to the playoffs, if you have the bounce attack, it definitely makes you tougher to defend.
And a little trip and fall. Sterling trying to keep possession, but they lose it. Sterling in their first home game of the year. As that ball goes out of play on the near side, it'll be a Sterling throw-in.
Watching them off the first kick of the game, they were really just aggressive going into the offensive zone, which is really interesting to see from Sterling there.
Collingswood taking over possession, cleared out towards midfield. Goes past Maddie Whalen. She'll just kick it right back to our keeper, Madison Sims. Very dominant last year.
And looking at the history, you're figuring this should be, I hate to say it, but an easy win for Sterling. But at the same time, this Collingswood team only played West Deptford to a 2-1 loss, so they were definitely competitive.
Hey, good idea.
So that's scooped up by the keeper, Hannah Kunkel, the junior. So we take a look at the replay.
Okay, great run though, Zay. I love it.
Cleared out towards the far side. Sterling will take over possession. They'll send it over the near side to Elise Simpson. Goes off the foot there of Gartland. Cesada with it. That one goes out of bounds. And Montgomery Dram with the quick throw in for Sterling. Dram gets it. Trying to move toward the middle. Finds Ireland K.
Patient, build it.
Looks for a passing lane. Finds Shea Wiley. Long shot right into the arms of Kunkel.
I like it.
That's a great calm and cooled play by Kunkel, just really making sure she collected that ball, making sure there was no mistake, make sure it didn't drop in the net, which is more important.
And a good thought by Shea Wiley. He had 3 defenders right in front of him. Hey, why not put a shot on the net?
Good job, Z.
Nice job of keeping that one in by Cesada. Cross toward the middle. Sends it up there to Cesada on the near side. And kicked out of bounds by Gabby Verdone.
That was great placement from Shea there, trying to lead Adriana Cesada with that ball, and it was very impressive to see where she put it. Had to force the defender to make a play.
Be back-to-back Sterling throw-ins. 3 minutes unofficially into this game. Still a scoreless first half.
There you go. Good square.
So far, it's pretty much been all Sterling possession to this point.
There you go.
Move toward the far side. Set up for Kay. Kay looking. She shoots, and that one just over the net. And a good try by Kay, but just nothing doing there. Take a look at the replay. Just a bit too much umph on it.
Ireland had a little bit of time to give herself a play there, which was really impressive to see what she did with 2 defenders in front of her. And as you said, just got a little too much umph on it.
And Collingswood's given that shot a little bit outside the line. They have the defenders right there. It's just a matter of Sterling connecting.
All right, so now maybe we can see some Collingswood possession. Nope, Sterling will take over. Across toward the near side. Bobbled up in the air, taken over by Collingswood. That one's sent up the field by Mystico. And Sterling takes it right back. Stays in play. Set up for Cesada. Kicks it right to the defender Verdone. Cross toward the middle, deflected off the foot of Troilo. Moving toward the near side. Staying in play, nice job. There goes Dram, cross toward the middle. And that shot just misses.
Good strike, good strike. Hey.
That was Shea Wiley, the senior,
Just keep good shape.
on the
Don't
shot
tighten
attempt.
up, okay? Create some
As Schultz
space.
was saying, I mean, they really are giving that open shot right in the top of the line there, and that's another one that just got a little too much on it there.
Yeah, they really bear down when they get in close. They're giving that. They're allowing a lot of movement, a few give and goes. We had a give and go right in front of us, but they really put the defenders right in front of them and they're forcing them into that shot just a little bit outside the 18, making it a little bit easier for the goaltender.
But I mean, these misses, a lot of near misses, so I think there's a matter of time before one of these are going to connect.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one was going top left corner there, and it just got over, which was really a shame because that was a very nice shot.
Be a Collingswood throw-in. Goes right off the foot of Aaron Quinn. Goes out of play. Another throw-in here for Collingswood. So Collingswood with possession on the far side. Trying to cross it over towards Gartland. She's the only scorer, according to our stat sheet, that's recorded a goal for the Collingswood Panthers this year. And we'll get our first sub-in of the game. It's Kennedy Castle. She's checking in for Sophia Moores. That one's sent up the far side, goes out of play.
As of right now, since, I mean, 6:30 unofficially, the Sterling defense has really just been all lockdown, really not letting anything develop for Collingswood here, which is probably frustrating for their offense at this point.
Yeah, I mean, so far Collingswood hasn't really had an opportunity to get even close to the 18, so far defense looking strong. We'll see if the offense can get going for Sterling as that's sent up on the far side.
Push it, push it.
And a little trip and fall. Second time we've seen that today. Cleared up towards midfield. Goes off the foot of Simpson.
Walk up the ball. Don't all get up. Keep some shape.
And kicked away from Jordan Baker.
Hey, we're getting away from the simple pass.
Collingswood trying to clear it. Sent to the far side for Erin Quinn, who's there defensively for Sterling. She kicks it upfield. Nice find to Baker. Baker with space, passes it up
Monty, read it up, right?
all the way out towards Tony Troilo. That goes out of bounds.
And before the slip, Montgomery Dram just really doing what she does best. She uses her speed to her advantage and just push past all those defenders. It was really impressive to watch her make that play.
Good setup, but Collingswood able to take back possession, at least momentarily. Able to keep it in, send it up close to midfield. But now Sterling will regain possession. Here's Baker. Sends it up, a nice pass to Dram. We'll get our first whistle. Take a look here at the replay.
There you see them having a lot of defenders going towards Dram. Dram actually got ahead of the pack. You thought she was going to have breakaway about a minute ago. And again, defensively, the defenders from Collingswood forced them into the middle, and they were able to break the play up.
But I think as Collingswood, you got to be careful. The amount of talent that Sterling has on the offensive side of the ball, you can't just. We saw last year, and we see it again this year. You can't just cover one person because, like you said for the opening, it's a whole spreadsheet of names, getting goals, assists, points, all that. So they really have to be careful, make sure they're not going straight for Montgomery, and making sure they cover all their places.
Yeah, Sterling, a very talented team last year, 16-2-2 overall. At the top of their division. They were 11-0 in their conference. They had an 8-1-2 record at home. Sterling throwing here on the near side. Finds Montgomery Dram. Dram looking for some space. That one kicked away by Verdone. Chance for Sterling toward the middle. And that one is cleared away. A nice clear by Collingswood. We'll get a whistle on an injured Lady Knight. Can't really see who it is. You can say it.
I think the injured Knight is Shea Wiley on the ground right now. Looked like I think she might have caught an elbow to the back of the head is what we're seeing. And we'll watch the replay one more time. Oh, I don't really know what happened there. Looks like she's all good.
Maybe just took a weird bounce to her face. Just
Yeah,
kind
maybe.
of knocked the wind out of her a bit. Seems to be okay.
Yep.
Nice kick goes right into the wall. And Kay will try again. It will sail out of play.
That's a tough one there with the high bounce. You have defenders coming near you. You want to get rid of it quick. Tough to get it on the net accurately.
Antonio on that second ball. Okay, so
Yeah, I'm looking over at Shea. She's still holding that right ankle a little bit. Seems to be at least in a little discomfort.
The way she went down looked like an upper injury, but then as we watched the replay, definitely seemed to look like a lower leg injury. But and we know she dealt with her leg problems last year, so let's hope she's all good.
That one cleared away by Gabby Verdone. And I looked over multiple times, about 3 or 4 times she was holding that right ankle, seemed to have a little bit of discomfort, but she seems to be good enough to stay out there. Cross toward the middle off the head of Vasaluzzo, and it goes out of play. Seem to be using a lot of Montgomery Dram here on the near side.
I mean, last year she was also a very, very, very dynamic playmaker for Sterling, and it was very interesting to see that dynamic duo between her and Bridget last year. I think they were just both so dominant, but without one of them, you cover the other, and they got a little trouble.
That corner kick unsuccessful, but a great try. Had a lot of air on it.
Elise Simpson just couldn't get all of it and get it in the net.
Yeah, there's Elise Simpson there had 3 goals last year, 2 assists. Sterling working toward the far side. There's Baker with it. Baker with a shot right into the hands of Hannah Kunkel, the keeper.
Another shot from a little further out. As you guys had said earlier, I think out of maybe about 5 shots, 2 of them have been on net. The other ones have just either sailed high or went a little bit wide.
Hey, let's get back. Good work. Ireland, you're in on
Take a look at the replay there. That was Tony Troilo on the far side, looking for a cross, but just great defensive play by Basiluzzo.
And the past couple plays have been very physical between Sterling and Collingswood. Just, you know, Tony Troilo falling to the ground there because of that defender. It was very interesting to see.
Here's a corner. Sails high. Bobbled around. Collingswood just trying to clear it. That shot is good. A goal for the Lady Knights. Looked to be by Elise Simpson. And the Lady Knights will take a 1-0 lead.
And that was just, you know, a lot of ball movement from the front of the net. And after that corner sailed in, ball went a million different places. It just found to be right at Elise's foot, and she just knocks it in for the goal there. Very impressive shot.
And the first shot that was inside, I know you had the head ball that tried to redirect, but really the first shot that was inside the 18, it was kind of point blank, and obviously you get in that close, you get a good foot on it, it's tough for the goalie to react.
Great shot there by Elise Simpson.
You know, I feel like you got to say, like, it's about time. You know, they've been peppering shots on this goalie. It's about time one of them have went in, as Montgomery Dram's going up again.
So Sterling
Good job of Elise putting it up high over the goalie. Sometimes you're just going to get it on net and not knowing where it goes, but she really picked a spot right there.
Take a look one more time at the goal by Elise Simpson. And yeah, that's what Sterling was trying to do early, trying to aim for the higher parts of the goal. We saw the one shot that just missed the upper left corner, so that seems to be their goal, if you will.
100%. Just while we were talking about that goal, Sterling had 2 substitutions. Number 11, junior Amber Wilsey, is now in the game, and number 28, Fallon Shinseki, who is also a junior, had both entered the game while we were discussing the goal.
So Collingswood to move inside the 18. There's their first shot, easily scooped up.
Number 13.
By Maddie Sims.
13.
So clear toward the middle of the field. Sends it up. Looking for Gartland.
And, you know, that's really the first, you know, shot Collingswood's had. Maybe they can generate some sort of offense from that, because on this side of the field, it's been a little bare from them to start off the game.
So here's Kay with some space. Sends it up the middle, looking for Troilo. And Collingswood able to get there defensively. Here's Kay with it. Nice pass. Sends it up for Dram. Dram with some space, and it does. And a nice job by the keeper, Kunkel, who does not let that ball get by her.
And that's a tough decision, especially when you have somebody with the speed that Montgomery Dram has bearing down on you, but she definitely made the right one.
100%.
So pass back to Simpson. Sends it toward the middle to Quinn. That pass, a little bit of an interception, goes back to Quinn. Goes off the foot of Shinseki. That pass goes to Gartland, then it goes into Sterling's hands. There's Shea Wiley, sends it upfield, far side, looking for Tony Troilo. Troilo trying to stay with it. Stays in for now. That one cleared by Collingswood defense. About 16.5 in to this first half. Sterling with a 1-0 lead over Collingswood. The goal scored by Elise Simpson, the junior. Pass toward the middle was looking for Kay. Get a whistle there.
It's been a midfield kind of battle right now. There hasn't been much action from either side's too deep in their zone. It's been really, all the disruption has been closer to the center area here for both teams, which is really good on their defenses to get it out of their zone quickly.
Yeah, we'll get little spurts of action here on the near side a little bit. Not too much on the far side. It's mainly been a midfield battle, as you said. Trying to move it towards midfield. Pass to Dram. Dram with a shot, and that is another goal for the Lady Knights. That one scored by Montgomery Dram, and the Lady Knights doubled their lead. It's 2-0.
Really just a great play all around here. I mean, Tony Troilo to keep going on that ball, keep working for that ball, making sure it gets to the place that she needs it to be, and just a phenomenal pass over to Montgomery. And, you know, she does what she did best, and she just knocks it in. And that was a really impressive play by Sterling's offense.
Montgomery Dram, the sophomore, was extremely dominant last year, had 16 goals.
And went to the short side, which is impressive, but just got rid of it out in a hurry and gave the goalie no time to react.
And that pass sails over the head of Emma Fox and will go out of play.
And again, as we were talking, number 15, Chloe Chestnut, Sr., checked into the game, and number 17, Brianna Schwartz, Sr., checked into the game.
So there's Sims trying to stay with it. Well, physical battle there, and looks like she shoved over number 11, Amelia Nistico. Referee explaining what just happened to Coach K. It'll be for Doan to kick it. She boots it away. A nice boot. Trying to set up an open lane and getting offsides. And there's our keeper, Madison Sims. She was terrific last year. Sterling only allowed 15 goals last year.
And that's a big part, again, of Maddie, and the big part of their very dominant defense, as we're seeing today. And that was her freshman year, which is really impressive from her, to be able to, you know, keep that score count so low, but while only being, you know, a freshman. That is really impressive from Maddie.
So Collingswood will have back-to-back throw-ins on the far side. It's throw-ins by Lewis. Collingswood's trying to get something going across toward the middle.
Yes, Emma, work for it, Emma. Go for it, Emma. All right,
Some
Emma.
physical,
Quick, watch this.
a lot of physicality building up in the last couple minutes ever since that second goal took place.
But Sterling is not the opponent to be feared, or not the opponent to fear physicality. You know, they're always in there, they're always getting physical. They never stop working for the ball, which is really a big part of this team's success. They never stop, and they keep, you know, the pedal to the metal, which is very good for Sterling.
Dram with a shot. Ooh, just off the post. Dram looking for her second goal, does not get it. Sterling does maintain possession across toward the middle, right into the arms of Kunkel.
Boy, talking about create your own offensive opportunity. She just spun around away from three defenders and went for that upper left corner and almost got a little bit off the post, but what a great thought. What an unbelievably skilled play there by Montgomery Dram.
That, even though that shot did not go in, that was a very impressive shot. And to put that where it was is insane. And she, like Maddie, is, again, only a sophomore, which is equally as impressive. And good on them for making such an impact on this team at such a young age.
So that one cleared away by Maddie Whalen. Sterling right now with possession, and we'll get an offsides. That was Brianna Schwartz trying to keep chase. And look at this view. It's our drone camera. One of Mr. K's new favorite toys. You'll see a lot of it throughout most of our sporting events. You'll see some shots in some upcoming news openings as well.
How impressive is that? That is a very cool angle to watch the game from.
Kind of reminds me of like an actual MLS game from the. They're cool.
Totally, the local Philadelphia Union.
And that one, a nice block and a nice save by Hannah Kunkel. Saved a goal. Sterling almost making it 3-0. But that shot was denied.
Listen, this offense, as we've been talking about ever since this game has started, are a bunch of goal scorers. Big props to Hannah Kunkel for just keeping her own. You know, she's playing her game, and you know, two may have gone in, but she is making sure this game is not getting out of proportion. Yeah,
she's had to deal with some tough shots today. She's made her fair share of nice saves. So Sterling maintaining possession. Sterling right now preparing for a platoon substitution here on the near sideline. To the point where I might have to rely on this drone camera to see what's happening.
And here they all come. So we're going to have number 3, Jordan Baker. Number 20, Adriana Zazada. Number 22, Shay Wiley. Number 14, Shane Duffy. Number 1, Cami Rivadis. And I think number 48, Tony Troilo. Did I get them all, Brian?
I believe you did, Dan.
Let's go.
Bang. This is indeed the dagger.
That was, in fact, the dagger. That was tough.
You did great.
Thanks, Brian.
That one booted. Did not really have much power on it. Good pass, though. Here's Baker. Nice pass to Troilo. Troilo with a cross. Kay with the shot. Just misses again. Trying to aim for that bottom left corner that time, and she just has not really been able to connect.
Yeah, you know, that's her, I think, her second missed shot of the game. The first one just went up a little bit high. This one just went a little bit wide. I wouldn't put it past it to say, oh, excuse me, that's her third missed shot of the game. I wouldn't put it past her to say, you know, one has to come in at one point. And she's been playing a great game offensively and defensively. So, you know, good job for her keeping her head in the game, not letting these shots get to her.
Yeah, I mean, we still have another about 15, 16 minutes left in this first half unofficially, plus a whole other second half. So plenty of time to get that goal. Collingswood with some potential offense. And a nice clear as Maddie Sims will eventually scoop it up.
Great recognition of the threat there from Cami Rivadis, ready to just come in and make sure Aaron Quinn's woman gets picked up, and that was very impressive from Cami.
So it's Cami Rivadis on the far side. Goes out of play. It'll be a Collingswood throw-in. Sterling on top of the Collingswood Panthers, 2-0. Goals scored by Elise Simpson and Montgomery Dram. And Sterling has just been dominant on pretty much all fronts to this point. Hopefully they can continue that. A nice pass as Tony Troilo works on the far side. Might get a shot. There's a cross. Bit too much oomph, and that shot will sail.
You know, something I've been noticing ever since the start of the game, Tony Troilo has really been working that opposite side. You know, she really hasn't come towards our announcer booth much. She's been working that left side of the field, which has been really impressive how many assists or how many good passes she's had, and how many good shots she's had. So she's been dominant on that left side of the field since the first whistle.
Yeah, she's been key to some of these goals for Sterling. She's been the one who's set up some of these crosses. She's done a nice job showing her speed as that shot is missed by Jordan Baker.
Just wide to the left, but definitely the right shot from Jordan Baker there, who has been also having a phenomenal game.
So that one cleared towards the middle. Some nice speed being showcased by Sullenberger. Gets tripped up. Baker working the far side, looking for a passing lane. Nice pass to Troilo, working against two defenders, cleared away by Verdone, and we'll get a whistle. Take a look at it right here. And I believe they might call Troilo for pushing her, but I think it was more of just like Verdone coming in and just the momentum of her like falling to the ground, I guess.
Definitely, and I think Troilo's maybe even toe tipped her just a tiny bit to the point where the momentum carried her so far. She fell, but it definitely wasn't much of a push there from Troilo.
Yeah, I think it was more of an instinct type thing.
Totally, I could totally see where the call was made.
Yeah, you're right.
Nice pass from Baker to Kay. Kay gets by, finds Wiley. Wiley with a shot, goes off the knee of the keeper. She's able to dive on it. Another nice play by Hannah Kunkel, who has definitely held her own, even with a 2-0 deficit.
Oh, 100%. And, the defense is allowing Sterling to pepper shots from that line, and it's very impressive that Kunkel is able to hold her own while getting peppered with all of these shots. So good for Kunkel standing her own and in that net, and especially in this tough of a situation for her.
Pass back to Wiley, finds Kay toward the middle. Kay working against a couple defenders, gets pushed, but it goes to Baker. Baker with a long shot, deflected off the foot of Vasiluzzo. Eventually goes out of play.
It was a very interesting developing play. Ireland K started from the middle, but started to fade toward that left side towards Jordan Baker, allowing Erin Quinn to pull in through the middle, looking for a passing opportunity or a shot opportunity from Jordan Baker. So that was a really nice play development from Sterling.
So we'll see a corner kick from the far side. Booted away, dancing around, and goes right into the arms of Kunkel.
It was a beautiful corner kick. Just put it right where it needed to be. Just Sterling couldn't finish it off, but again, another great play from Kunkel, as she's made many in this game.
About 10 minutes unofficially until the half. Sterling with their 2-0 lead. And right now still staying aggressive, not really comfortable with it. So pretty much anything can happen nowadays. One moment your offense might be booming, and in the next few minutes it might be dead. Collingswood throw in from the near side, looking toward the middle. Finds Fox. Fox working near side. It goes out of play.
Gotta clean it up, guys. Come on, you got it.
Be a Sterling throw in.
Gracie, behind you, behind you.
Throw in here from Zasada. And another one from Zasada.
Zasada is one of those multi-sport athletes on this team, and not the only. A lot of these girls play a lot of different kinds of sports, so it's really impressive to see how successful that they are in every sport. And Zasada being a lacrosse player and a soccer player, it's awesome to see how multi-talented a lot of these girls are.
There's water up there. Stop! Sir!
So that ball goes out of play on the far side. We'll look at the replay. Montgomery Dram checking back in. She'll check in for Brianna Schwartz. So Baker with the throw in on the far side. Cross toward the middle. Finds Wiley. Gets it taken away and cleared by the Collingswood defense. Aaron Quinn boots that away. Finds Baker on the far side. Finds Troilo. Troilo using her speed, working against two defenders, but eventually cleared away by Gabby Verdone.
This Collingswood team seems to be running kind of like a dump and run kind of offense. They're going to try and beat the Sterling defense with their legs. And with Quinn, Duffy, and Cami Rivadis, two track stars on that defense, they're not having much success trying to beat them with their legs. They're going to have to try and switch something up.
Here comes the corner. Booted nicely. And is that a goal? I believe so.
I believe so. I think Ireland K knocked that one in. Finally getting one in the back of the net.
And again, a very nice corner. Yeah, I believe you're right. I believe it was Ireland K. With the goal, makes it a 3-0 game. Take a look at it one more time. Couldn't get it. Take a look at it one more time. Honestly, I don't even think it went off of Ireland K. I think it went off the defender.
We're going to take another look at it here.
Yeah,
right.
It goes off the defender, but I believe K was the closest Lady Knight to the goal. So.
I believe so, but that is a great call from you. I do think that went off of the defender.
Yeah, that's why I didn't want to say who it was at first, because I wasn't sure. I really thought that went off the defender, and it looked like it did, but I think they would give the goal to Kay in that situation.
Yeah, correct. That's all me. While we were, again, talking about the goal, Fallon Shinseki, number 28, number 11, Amber Wilsey, number 7, Morgan Sims, and I think 2 others checked into the game. Oh, and Elise Simpson also checked into the game.
So corner kick on the way. Sterling with a 3-0 lead.
Excuse me, I forgot one more. Number 1 junior, Cami Rivadis, also checked into the game.
So it'll be Wiley here with the corner kick from the far side. Corner kicks have been pretty much on point here for the Lady Knights. That one booted nicely. Collingswood trying to clear. This time they do. Some space developing here for Gartland.
You know, Sterling does a really nice job with those corner kicks. They really just put it right where they need to be, right in all that commotion of everyone. And most of the times they are successful with it.
So a substitution here for Collingswood. It's Sislo coming in for Lewis. It's okay with a nice pass up to Sims. Graham sends it upfield towards Troilo. She's used her speed pretty effectively today. Trying to stay with it, finds Kay. Nice pass to Dram. Kay again, Kay with the shot, and another goal for Ireland Kay. Finds the back right corner of the net. And Sterling with a 4-0 lead over Collingswood here in this first half.
Wow, that was a rocket of a kick from Ireland K. And it's about time one of these kicks go in for Ireland. You know, the last goal she scored may have hit off of the defender, but I think they gave her the credit. This one was full Ireland K there. That was an amazing shot.
So the Lady Knights offense shining here in this first half. And they're giving this home crowd a spectacle. First home game of the year. And here's Dram. Dram with a shot, and Dram with another goal. Pour it on, why don't you?
Wow, that. I don't think I have much to say about that one. That was just a really nice shot. That's about it.
I mean, she just tore through that Collingswood defense.
Yeah, it seems like 15 seconds after the last one there, huh? Very impressive from her, and very great effort to start from Tony Troilo to go in and get the ball from the defender, pass it to Montgomery, and just let her do the rest, because that was an amazing play.
Yeah, and Kunkel seemed to play a little bit farther out. I guess she just thought that her defense would do the work for her, but Dram just absolutely tore through it like slicing through a piece of cake. I mean,
yeah. It looked like a piece of cake for her too. I mean, something she's so young, but yet has so much IQ, and you know she can pinpoint a shot, she can read a defense, and it's just very impressive to see what she could do so early in her Sterling soccer career.
So that's the second goal for Montgomery Dram. Had 16 last year. Very dominant as a freshman, continuing her dominance now as a sophomore. Sterling already back with possession. But I mean, goals 4 and 5 were within what, 20 seconds of each other?
I said about 15. I may be wrong, but
either way,
it felt
it's
like
way quicker than you would expect.
Oh, 100%. But very impressive for Sterling, just again to keep the pedal on the metal. And no team you go against, you can't take your foot off the gas, or they're going to get you. They're going to bite you. So,
and that's why Sterling's been so good. They never take their foots off the gas.
Never.
They always just keep going, keep fighting for possession. They've just been so good at staying aggressive, keeping their foot on the gas, as you said. And that's one of the reasons why they're up so big in this first half. So Sterling staying with possession. About 5 minutes remaining here in this first half.
very dominant half by Sterling. Just a great way to, I guess you could even say, start the game for Sterling.
Simpson sends it upfield, a nice pass to Shinseki. I mean, what would even be the game plan here for Sterling being up 5-0? I mean, just
prevent,
I guess.
I mean, listen, as tough as the lead as it can get, I mean, Collingswood plays just as hard. Sterling could lose it. You never know, man. Anything can happen in sports. That's what makes it so great. So.
And what's also a big benefit is a lot of players usually don't get to see can sub in now.
Yeah, and I mean, that's always fun. You know, we love watching the players who, you know, don't always get their shot, you know, come in and have a nice game.
I mean, sometimes that's how some first career goals happen.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I've seen a few of those. But yeah, definitely for a defensive perspective, you definitely want to play a prevent, making sure nothing happens. You know, you don't want to make any mistakes. You may have a big lead, but you don't want to ever play too protective.
And I think at this point, Collingswood might start to get a little, I don't know if I want to say handsy, but they might just get a little bit more aggressive than they usually are, knowing that they're down by this big deficit. Obviously not really happy about it.
I mean, definitely. And, you know, Brian, you've played a sport, and I've played sports, and you get aggressive. I mean, when you're down by so much, you get angry. But what's important for Sterling is to make sure they keep their cool. You never want to lose your cool, especially being up this much. Cause something that can cause an ejection, leads to a suspension, and so on and so forth. So you want to make sure that you make the smart decisions.
I mean, I played soccer for Summerdale Park in 8th grade. We lost every single game we played.
But did you have fun?
Oh, yeah. I had so much fun.
Exactly, and that's what matters.
Exactly.
Summerdale Park. I went to Summerdale Park, too.
I was the goalie at some points. I pretty much split reps. It was pretty fun. Known goalie Brian McLernan, guys.
Yeah. I played in the band. That's about it. I do sports, too. Gloucester Township ball hockey.
Shout out to Sterling Ball Hockey, by the way.
Yes. We had our first win against PVI this weekend, 8-6.
Paul the Sixth.
Paul the Sixth, excuse me.
So that's going to conclude this first half. Sterling with a dominant 5-0 lead over the Collingswood Panthers. Second half action will resume right after these messages.
And I use that gentleman term loosely.
Sterling High offers TV and radio classes for electives. Sterling is also fortunate enough to have both TV and radio programs. In these programs, students will learn to design, direct, produce, and edit television and radio broadcasts. Students develop their public speaking, journalism, management, and technical skills by appearing on the Sterling Morning News on Channel 19 and on our radio station, WSHS. Students produce, edit, and deliver school programming, including athletic events, activity, productions, and community events. If a major in communications is in your possible future, Sterling High School offers opportunities not available in most high schools across South Jersey. Make sure you take a TV or radio class elective today.
I guess one time isn't gonna kill me.
It's totally safe. We do this all the time.
There's no way these drugs are laced, right?
Trust me, you're gonna be fine.
I just need to forget everything.
It'll be fun.
A lethal dose of fentanyl is just 4 grains of sand and can hide in any drug. So no matter what you and your friends think, what you can't see will kill you. Don't die to get high. Fentanyl is fatal. Get the whole truth at CamdenCounty.com/fentanyl.
I can't believe my computer's dead. Yo, does anyone have the charger? No! No!
Man, I really like talking to you.
I want you to hit me as hard as you can.
What? Hit me? Why?
Because. Are you gonna hit me or not?
No.
Wrong answer.
This is so stupid.
That's more like it.
I never said you could hit me.
What is that guy fighting?
What's your name? You never called. Tyler. Are you from Fight Club? Shh. You know the first one.
Adam, you okay?
Hey,
guys serious? You do know there's like 52 billion pieces of trash on the earth right now. That's nearly 7,000 per mile. And 42% of that is burned up in the air, causing pollution. Imagine if Earth was a person right now. Dude, you have Google implanted in your brain? How do you know that? Don't worry about me. Worry about Earth. Oh, dude. I can't believe it happened. Hey! Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Guys, put your IDs on.
Brady, headphones. Gotta come out.
No.
Come on, man.
Yo, Brayden, you know you're not supposed to have your jacket on, man. Come on, take it off. Put it in your locker.
No, I'm okay.
Stop. You have your jacket on, AirPods in, and no ID. Go to internal.
You too, huh?
Yep.
Where's your ID?
Hey, oh, no, wait a minute. Put that hood down.
You're late. Put your hood down.
Where's your ID?
And you have your backpack on.
Have a great day, guys. Have a great day. Thanks for being so kind. Have a great day, guys.
He's so nice! Oh my gosh, it's so annoying. You're trash! I'm gonna have to take matters into my own hands.
beautiful.
Moral of the story, always be nice.
I'm going to teach you some safe driving tips for you when you're out on the road. First, you want to turn on your car. Before you go, put on your seatbelt. You want to check your back mirror. Then, you want to check your side mirrors. When exiting out of a parking spot, make sure you check for cars and have your turn signal on. Make sure you come to a slow stop at every stop sign and red light. When you are making a turn, always have your turn signal on to show other drivers where you are going. Now, put your car in park and take out the key to turn off your car.
Hello everybody, welcome back to Sterling Channel 19. Sterling with a 5-0 lead over the Collingswood Panthers as we're about ready to get things started here in the second half. Got a beautiful view of the drone, from the drone. They look like little ants, Dan, on the field. Nice
They
view.
really did.
Let's look at the first half highlights. First goal scored by Elise Simpson. Then our next goal was by Montgomery Dram, her first of 2.
There was the Elise Simpson goal. The first goal was the Ireland K one.
My fault.
It's all right. I just want to make sure the viewers knew.
Thank you, Dan. That's the second one by Montgomery Dram. Then the fifth and final one was by Ireland K. So now back to live action, second half action. Finally underway. Sterling with a dominant 5-0 lead.
And now returning to the set, or coming to the set now, is Connor Strauss, who will be picking up the mic now and talking to every one of the viewers. Connor, how's it going?
It's going great, going great. How you doing, Dan?
I'm doing great.
Doing great?
This is a very nice soccer game.
Yeah.
I'm doing good too, Strauss.
Beautiful day out.
It is a beautiful day out.
It is.
Not too hot, not too cold. Feels great.
Yeah. A little bit too hot. Like that
It's a
70
little humid,
degree.
you know?
Yeah.
I like that 70-degree
Yeah,
stuff
yeah.
too, yeah. Feels great.
I'm not rocking with the heat.
Mm-mm.
No.
You a Heat fan, Brian?
You saying Miami Heat or the Heat as in?
The Heat as in the weather.
Okay, I'm not rocking with that. But I am rocking with number 17, Brandon Schwartz, who is on your screen right now. It's the only segue I could think of.
That was a great segue.
That was a great segue.
Thank you. So Collingswood starting with possession to begin this second half. They trail it big 5-0.
I think the goal for Collingswood here, maybe just to get a goal on the board. I mean, you never know. In sports, you can always come back. But for Collingswood, I think right now at the moment is just to somehow get past this great defense and just get one in the back of the net here.
I believe Collingswood only has 1 shot on goal this entire game up to this point. So we'll see if
that's correct too.
We'll see if they can get something going, even as just a morale boost. Even if they don't win this game, which right now it's not looking like, at least 1 goal could definitely give them some sort of morale heading into their next game. But Sterling just proving themselves why they're most likely, or I would say the more dominant team here in their first home game of the year.
And I think that's a great way to start the year at home. Hopefully looking to have a great record like they did last year. I think you said they were 8-2-1 at home, which is very impressive.
Yeah, and this is a Sterling team looking to make the push, make it Colonial Conference champs and win Group 2. And I think this is their year to do it.
Sterling's first 2 games of the year, both wins. An 8-0 win and a 4-2 victory. So we get our first whistle of the half. So this will be one of Collingswood's best chances at getting on the board. It'll be Sullenberger with the kick. That one's booted, and it goes right into the arms of Madison Sims.
You know, that save, I mean, just looks so routine for Maddie. And again, picking up on what she did last year and just very casually sliding to the ball. Just a great save from Maddie.
So that one sent a field, and a whistle for offside looked to be on Troilo. A little over 4 minutes into the second half. We'll take a look at the replay, and get pretty clear right there.
From Kay's favorite toy.
The new drone. I've seen a lot of it today. And it is a thing of beauty.
You know what it reminds me of? Like when the NFL has the primetime games, they have that camera.
Yeah,
the wired camera.
Yeah, the wired camera.
Flies around, you know, the...
See it all the time at the link.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of primetime, Jets and Bills game last night, huh? And Thursday Night Football.
Thursday Night Football. Me and Dan will be there.
I will not be there, unfortunately.
Strauss, just letting you know, it is Dan and I when you... using correct grammar.
Got to use that correct grammar on the air.
That's a go Birds.
That is a go Birds.
Eagles 1-0 on the year.
Bit of a shaky start for them, though. You know, I wasn't feeling too comfortable watching them.
A very gritty battle against the New England Patriots in New England last week.
Definitely some poor weather, though. I think that definitely played an aspect. It wasn't the most beautiful game for the Philadelphia Eagles.
What wasn't very gritty was Dan's fantasy performance this week, you know. Not what I would have done there.
Yeah, I did lose to Connor Strauss this week, but let's get back on topic with the Sterling soccer team.
That one kicked toward the far side, aiming for Amber Wilsey, goes out of play. And the Eagles, they'll be taking on the Vikings on Thursday night to start week 2 of the NFL season. The Vikings are 0-1 on the year after losing to Baker Mayfield's Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Lost that game 20-17.
It's almost exactly a year after the Eagles blew out the Vikings, right at the link. So
it's the same thing. I mean, they played each other on a primetime game, week 2. Should be a very interesting game to watch. I mean, Strauss and I will be there. Ben Nicholas, who's on the camera, will also be there. So all three of us are quite excited to watch some Birds football.
Announcing legend John Hallwood will also be in attendance at the game.
A word?
Never heard of that guy before.
Very respectable man, Jonathan Wiggles.
Great guy, great guy. Me and him go way back.
It's him and I, Strauss.
0 for 2 on the grammar, Strauss. Love to see it.
I need a little bit better from you. He's been
My bad, guys.
Brian's been a perfect 100%.
No, I haven't. You literally corrected me on my grammar multiple times on Sunday.
I just meant today.
Oh, yes.
Sunday doesn't matter.
Back to soccer, ladies and gentlemen.
Back to football, not American version. So there goes Shinseki. That one kicked away. Collingswood just looking to clear. And they will. It'll go out of play, and it'll be a Collingswood throw-in.
Go Knights.
Throw-in by Lewis. It'll now be a Sterling throw-in. Shinseki will throw it in. Looking for Troilo on the near side. Be another throw-in here for Collingswood. So that went off the foot of Troilo. Almost 8 minutes into the second half. Sterling still with their 5-0 lead. And we'll see a corner kick. Shay Wiley will kick it for the Lady Knights.
And a comment about Shay Wiley. All of her corners today have been perfectly placed. I mean, she really hasn't had one that hasn't gone her way. And just a phenomenal job. A huge part of Sterling's very dominant offense.
Boot is away. And Collingswood with a nice clear. Pass to Castle, working on the far side. Pass toward the middle. Some good passing here for the Panthers. Looking for a good offensive sequence, but just cleared by Maddie Whalen. She gets it to Sims, who boots it away. Boot it toward the middle. Finds the feet of Vasiluzzo. With Shane Duffy, who finds Troilo out towards midfield. Troilo looking for some space, gets by a defender, but then cleared away. And then that eventually scooped up by Kunkel.
You know, Strauss, it is a really nice day out today.
It is. It is.
Just thinking about that.
I mean, it's probably a little bit hotter in the sun. Obviously, we're shaded by the truck, but
regardless, very beautiful day.
My dad would say some perfect tennis weather.
Currently 85 degrees.
It's beautiful.
Once it gets in that that low 70s, that's perfect weather.
Strauss, I think he'll be pretty happy this week. We're getting into the 70s finally in September. It's about time. The lowest it'll be on Thursday is 62.
That's
we haven't had one of those in a while.
I love the cold. So.
I love the fall weather.
I do too. It's hoodie season, ladies and gentlemen.
Quick, 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 quick!
So chance here for the Lady Knights to potentially add on to their already ginormous lead.
Shea Wiley, the ultimate long-range boot for this team, is taking this one.
Shea Wiley with the boot, and that one goes through the legs of the keeper Kunkel, and it's a goal for Shea Wiley that makes it a 6-0 Lady Knights lead.
A hockey reference here. That one went right through the wickets, as Thomas Leakin would like to say. Well, just a phenomenal shot. There's not much more to say about that. Just pushed it right past the wall, and perfect placement for Shea Wiley.
That was a great play shot by Wiley because they had the wall set up, so she shot under the wall because she knew that they were going to jump.
And Connor had to help out with something in the truck, but he will be back momentarily.
Lady Knights with a platoon substitution here.
And I would try to read them off, but I think they literally took everyone off and put everyone in. So if you see someone you know, you know.
Going to take a look at the replay right here. A beautiful look by our terrific camera crew. Just goes right between them legs.
Right between the wickets. It's my favorite.
Goal number 6 of the game for the Lady Knights.
And Connor Strauss is back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back.
Thank you, thank you. Glad to be back.
Collingswood with a chance to answer back. A dive tackle there, kicked around and eventually cleared away by the Lady Knights. Just terrific defense.
Great goaltending too. Maddie's had a very, I guess you could say, quiet day. Just getting out there and making a play. Good for her.
Yeah, she hasn't had to do too much in this game, but that was a very tough save. But she did a great job with a nice slide tackle, if you will. Collins are trying to keep possession, gets it out to Sullenberger. Sullenberger with some space. Pass up to Fox. No whistle blown as the Lady Knight is down. Play will continue for now. Still going. She's still down on the ground. And they're going to now stop play. She is not moved.
So you take a look at the goal here, just goes right through the goalie's legs. just a well-placed shot.
As Elise Simpson a little bit slow to get up. I mean, I think she's kind of holding her right side here.
Looks to be her ribs, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
You know, she was on the ground
for a little bit.
Listen,
Here's the goal again.
Holding back instead of 2, okay?
Jay Wiley shot it.
One holding back
in between the legs.
Listen, stay at home. You're gonna take on a little bit more.
As we're back here,
a little bit more of a traditional like 3-back system where you got to watch that girl in the middle, okay? What? Be careful sliding out.
A few minutes, a few seconds.
Right, because now it's putting Brooke with 2 people.
She was not moving at
okay?
all. She was.
Just be smart and see and organize.
Pain, but you know, good on her to get up. You know, keep going. She looks a little bit better now. She's just maybe gonna walk it off, but she looked like she was in a lot of pain there for a few seconds. Luckily, only the second injury we've seen for this game, which is a good positive.
And
for
nothing
both
too
teams.
serious,
Oh,
as
yeah,
both
definitely.
players have been able to stay in the game.
Stay in the game. Yep. That's what you gotta wish for.
That is indeed what I said.
To go Knights.
Yeah, go Knights.
So here's Kay. She'll just clear it. Collingswood now with possession here on the near side, fighting with Allison Brown. Sterling defense looking to clear. It's Morgan Sims who finds Jordan Baker.
Lise, you okay? You need one. Hey, stay more compact with our shape, okay? I don't mind the outside ball coming. Just don't open up too far and create a big gap between you and Aaron.
I don't know if you guys could hear, but Coach K asking Elise Simpson if she's all right, and she said she's all good. So a good thing for Sterling there, because Elise, you know, tallied on a goal, and she's been one of the best defensemen. And here's the injury that we were just talking about here.
Yeah, when she went down, she seemed to be holding her ribs midsection.
She's going towards the outside ball here, and it's just looking like that elbow hit the rib section for Elise as she went down. Definitely could see, you know, the pointy part of the her elbow going right into her rib cage. So glad she's okay and glad she's up and playing again.
Yeah, Dan, that pointy part of the elbow is called the bone.
Thanks, Strauss. I know someone who has messed up the grammar twice already isn't talking to me, but it's all right. My bad, ladies and gentlemen. The bone of the elbow went into Elise, and that's where.
And I think it was a combination of not only the hit, but also I think she just kind of got the wind knocked out of her a little bit, because she was able to recover pretty quickly, and she seems to be doing okay. She's staying in the game.
Yep.
So almost halfway through the second half, Sterling up 6-0, scored 5 in the first half, and have added on with a goal by Shea Wiley to make it 6-0.
Hope everyone's having a great time watching this game, as all 3 of the announcers here are, and it's been a nice and eventful game.
And glad you're with us here on Channel 19. I'm Brian McLernan, joined by Dan Lincoln, also joined by Connor Strauss, previously joined by Kevin Schulz. And we'll get a whistle as that one's cleared away. Take a look at the offsides call. You see at the top of your screen, just pretty easy to spot there.
Great call by the ref. Great call.
Yeah, refs have been on point today. I mean, they really haven't had much to call.
They get a lot of
couple offsides, but other than that, there really hasn't been too much for the refs to do today.
They get a lot of hate, but you know, you got to appreciate the refs when they do everything right, and that's what these two guys have done today.
And they're human; they make mistakes.
Exactly.
It's a thankless job.
It's part of the game, honestly. Like, you know how like people are like they want like robo umpires in baseball or something. I just think
some of them are actually bad.
Oh, yeah. There's obviously your like Angel Hernandez, but like for the most part, like if there's like an occasional mess up, usually it's kind of like what makes the game, you know.
Everyone's human. It happens.
I don't like the idea of robo umpires.
I don't either.
Not at all.
I think it takes away from the game of baseball.
It takes away like the purity of the game, I feel like.
Exactly.
I feel that way with the pitch clock too.
I like the pitch clock.
The pitch clock, I'm getting used to
sitting
it.
there for 4 hours wasn't the most fun time of my life most
Don't
of the
get
time.
me wrong, it's good for the game. I just don't like it. It just doesn't feel natural.
I think it's just a change everyone's going to have to get used to.
Yeah,
like,
definitely.
Because at first, like, a lot of pitchers weren't used to it, but I think now as the season has gone on and pitchers have adapted, I think it's kind of a change that all of them have had to get used to.
You know, credit to a lot of those pitchers. I mean, some pitchers have some long windups. I mean, previous to the season, so adapting and still being a dominant pitcher, is very, very cool.
Yeah, especially Nola. You looked at his stat, like his ERA going up at the beginning of the season. He was not used to the pitch count.
And a very near miss right there.
24, Taylor Baker, a freshman for the Sterling squad, just with that near miss.
Yeah, that one just sailed over the top left corner. Take a look at it one more time. Stan boops me on the nose with his Sharpie. It's a good shot, just a little bit too much power.
Sterling has had a lot of those shots this game, but I mean, they're so accurate. It's very impressive to see how close they've been.
Yeah, not very many crazy misses. I mean, just a couple that have had a bit too much power, but other than that, the misses that Sterling have had have not looked too shabby. This very easily could be a lot more lopsided than it already is.
Almost definitely.
So Simpson boots it.
Overall, though, Sterling has dominated possession. I think their passes have been really good. I think their set pieces have actually been the best part of their game.
And also got to give credit to their crosses as well, just like that. And a nice clear defensively that just saved a goal.
Big
But
part.
No, go ahead.
A big part of those crosses is a person I've mentioned a few times before, Shea Wiley. Every corner, I mean, this corner will be taken by Ireland K, but most of the time it is taken by Shea Wiley. So big credit to her.
Watch 13, she's open.
Doing great.
So a nice quarter, booted well. And scooped up by Kunkel. Also a friendly reminder, if you are watching on the air and are planning to attend back to school night tonight starting at 6 p.m., please do so.
Meet the teachers.
About halfway through the second half. 6-0 Sterling on top. I think as we head closer to the end of this game, it's pretty much just going to be a lot of prevent. I don't really see Sterling scoring more as a huge necessity for them. I mean, if they're in the territory they need to be, I mean, obviously they're going to try and take advantage, but I don't think scoring again is their top priority, at least.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, I think
you got it.
Thank you. I think they're just trying to preserve at this point, honestly.
Just keep possession.
And I think, getting some of the young kids out there, get their experience going, and I think this is the perfect opportunity to do so. And same goes for Collingswood. I mean, just getting the kids, the experience, keep playing, and good for both teams.
Our next TV game this Thursday, September 14th. It'll be girls soccer as they take on Haddon Township at 3:45. Coverage will be on YouTube as well as live on Channel 19. You can go to youtube.com/SterlingTV19 for our next game, as well as all of our upcoming sporting events.
That should be a great matchup. Haddon Township went 13-8 last year, so.
In a very, packed Liberty division, too. I mean, Sterling was 16-2-2, Haddonfield was 12-8, and then West Deptford and Haddon Township both were 13 wins. West Deptford having 7 losses and a tie, and Haddon Township only having 8. But the division was very jam-packed for a lot of the games, and Sterling wiped the conference, though. So let's hope that Sterling can do the same thing they did last year against
and
Haddon
don't let those records fool you. Haddonfield and West Deptford put up some great fights against Sterling.
Most definitely.
Last time Sterling played, or one of the last times Sterling played Collingswood was a year ago today. September 12th, Sterling played Collingswood. They beat them 5-0. Those goals scored by Bridget Dixon. She had 2. Montgomery Dram also had 2, and Adriana Cesada added to the scoring with a goal.
A year ago today was a day after the Eagles beat the Lions 38-35.
What a great day that was.
I know.
It's really when you knew Jalen Hurts was legit, honestly.
Yeah.
Sterling also played Collingswood a month after that on October 12th, also beating Collingswood 5-0.
The Eagles facts run out there. I don't remember what game that might have been after, but it was after a game or on a game. Remember anything that happened on October 12th, Brian?
No, I do not. But I can tell you that 5 different Lady Knights scored. As Ireland Kay, Tony Troila, Montgomery Dram, Shea Wiley, and Morgan Sims all scored 1 goal in that Sterling victory.
Some familiar names.
All names that are back on the squad this year.
Danny, talked about the weather at the Eagles game on Sunday. Speaking of weather, we went to a game in some rough weather last year.
Yeah, I'll never forget that. That might have been after October 12th.
Was that the Jaguars?
That was
the Jaguars game. That was
the worst weather I've ever been through.
So Connor Strauss and I, for maybe a month or 2 after, maybe even more, were very, very, very sick after that game. Took both of us a while to recover. And so yeah,
Dan, quote unquote, did not want to leave the seats that he paid for.
I didn't want to leave the seats that I paid for. But you know what? I'd say we had a pretty good time.
Yeah.
Cheered. The Eagles won.
A Birds win is always a good time.
Exactly. And I think Hassan Reddick had a really nice game that game, too.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, Mia!
Avery Sullenberger checking into the game now for Collingswood. For Mia Gartland. Okay.
Sterling with an almost goal there, trying to get one, and Ireland Kay has scored again.
And that, in hockey terms, is a hat trick.
So Ireland Kay with the hat trick. That's her 3rd goal of the game.
Matching her score total from last year in 1 game. How cool is that?
Sterling with a 7-0 lead.
I've got Dan scoring a hat trick on Sunday, actually.
Where Sterling takes on Williamstown at 9:30.
9.
Excuse me,
9 o'clock.
Are we at the GT rinks?
We are not.
So we're at the Marlton.
So we'll take a look at the goal by Ireland Kay. It's a nice pass, and just Kay with a nice shot toward the back left corner of the net.
Gotta love it.
So Sterling now with possession, 25.5 minutes unofficially into the second half. So Sterling will make some substitutions.
Subbing in a new goalie.
Yeah, Maddie Sims looks to be done for the day. Didn't have much to do, but what she did do was terrific. There's Ireland Kay. The girl with the hat trick, 3 goals on the day. There's our new goalie for the Lady Knights. It is Kara Chestnut.
Lead flute in the Sterling band.
Yeah, we already figured it out. Oh, okay. Adriana. Number 33.
On your screen, you see Shane Duffy, the senior. as we are preparing for a corner kick by Taylor Baker. That one booted nicely. It's Jordan Baker with it. Gets it out to Cami Revatus. Finds Quinn toward the middle.
Joined now at the broadcaster table by Mr. Manlove.
Then he immediately walks away.
Never mind.
You see,
Guess I scared him off.
Usually, when all 3 mics are filled,
Well,
doesn't usually mean there'll be a 4th
I was
person.
just going to give him a shout out.
But he walked away, so.
Yeah, I know.
Casual,
Back to soccer.
Casual Connor Strauss comment, as usual.
All right. Back to soccer, ladies and gentlemen.
You guys want to hear another fun fact about one of the girls on the Lady Knights soccer team as we get a whistle here?
Can we hear?
Yes, of course. Give a shout out to Jordan Baker, the new 2023-2024 student representative to the Board of Education.
Oh, good for her. We need someone to represent us. I mean, that's awesome.
That's a Go Knights.
That is a Go Knights, Strauss. Good
She's
for
number
her.
3. There she is. That's Jordan. We see an injured Panther on the field. Take a look at the replay. Well shoved there by Quinn. That looks to be Sofia Vasiluzzo. Seems to get up just fine. Hopefully she's okay. Sterling with a 4-night substitution. And wow, look at that.
Is that Philly?
That is.
Wow.
I think that's one of the reasons why Mr. K loves that drone so much. Its ability to zoom in just super well. The picture looks incredible.
It does look incredible. You know what it looks like?
Cool.
It looks like Philly.
You got
Does.
on your right, Cammy and Adriana's going to stay and play like that whole
Gonna look for
spot. Okay, bud?
stadiums.
You control
Phillies,
There's
of course,
the
have a home
bridge.
game tonight.
They do, against the Braves.
Against the
game.
Atlanta Braves, a very big game.
Who's on the mound for the Phillies tonight, Brian?
Phillies have Zach Wheeler on the mound. They'll take on the lefty Max Fried.
Score prediction?
Score prediction? I think Wheeler looks absolutely dominant tonight. I think the Phillies will win a pretty low-scoring game. I'm going to say they win it 5-4. I'll go with that. I'll say 5-4. Phillies win.
We've got Phillies 7-4. 7-4.
Dan,
Know who
what
we're
are you
talking
thinking?
about? We're talking about the Fightins.
Indeed we are.
Indeed we are. I'm going to say, you know, you can't hold the Braves offense, the Braves offense too short. They still have some dominant bats.
Matt Olson getting to 50 home runs last night.
Jeez, he's insane. And he's incredible. So I think, I don't know. I don't really like the lineup Topper put out there other than Wheeler. So I'm going to hit him with a 4-3 Phillies win.
Do you guys hear Mike Trout requested a trade out of L.A.? So.
Yeah.
I did, but I don't think the Phillies are going to get him. I think they have too many young stars, especially in the outfield. I think if they were to get Trout, they would have to give up a haul. Plus, I think their outfield is a little too crowded now, still with Schwarber and Castellanos. So,
I mean, I'd love to see him come play in Philly, obviously.
yeah, that would be cool as like a kind of like a storybook type thing. But I don't think they'll.
It's also just in my opinion, and I'm pretty sure you two will agree, but still, it's a little injury prone.
He's old. He's injury prone.
He's the Aaron Rodgers of the MLB.
Plus, I think the Phils already have enough money going the way of Trey Turner. Obviously, Bryce Harper.
What a turnaround for Trey Turner, though.
Yeah, coming into August 4th, had just 10 home runs. Average wasn't looking too great. He's batting in now in around the 260s. How many home runs did he have? Like 25?
You think he has 25 right now? That is correct, Brian. Way to go.
He had what, like a 9-game home run streak? Something crazy.
He had something nuts.
I think it was like, I think he has like 10 home runs in his last 12 games, something like that.
It's crazy, yeah.
Because Phillies had a doubleheader yesterday against the Braves. A very frustrating 10-8 loss in extra innings yesterday that I was not happy about. But a nice bounce-back win in the second game of the doubleheader
I like baseball.
Love me some baseball. Phillies are my sport. I love the Phils. I've always loved them.
Strauss and I are some classic hockey kids. Yeah. We love our hockey. We may not support the same team, but we always can agree on some stuff. So.
Actually, I already booked my hotel for when the Pens win the Stanley Cup.
But right now, we got some offensive pressure from Sterling here.
That was shot by Allison Brown, the freshman. That one booted away. And a fun fact, I've been to 9 Phillies games this year, either at home or on the road. The Phillies are 9-0 when I have attended.
We're going to hope to make that 10-0 tomorrow.
We got to get you to some playoff games, Brian.
Yeah, I was not able to attend any playoff games last year, unfortunately.
I was able to attend one.
And that was
I got the best
that was
game.
when they clinched the World Series.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you missed a pretty good time.
I'm sure I did.
Yeah.
But
at the McLernan household.
Shout out to Mrs. McLernan.
Yeah. It was pouring rain, but it was a great game.
Shout out to Mom if you're listening.
We love you.
Over.
We love you, Mrs. McLernan.
I was actually on Broad Street after the game while they were partying in the streets.
Over.
Oh yeah, I've seen plenty of videos of all that. Philly fans are nuts, I will say that.
We are nuts. We are bananas.
Just extremely passionate. There's Bridget Dixon on your screen. Obviously out for the year with a torn ACL, a big loss for the Lady Knights, but so far they've played very, very well.
But no short of being a captain and a leader for the team. And
oh yeah, I mean she's still a huge asset to this team even when she's not on the field. Big leadership for some of the younger girls on the squad. She's obviously very passionate about the game. Unfortunately though, it is her senior year.
That's very unfortunate. But you know what? She had a great career, and I'm pretty sure everyone, coaches, family, friends, are extremely proud of her. So big hand to Bridget.
And I'm sure she'll be playing at the next level.
Oh, for sure.
For sure. Also a very proficient athlete in basketball and lacrosse.
Very. Starting point guard for basketball.
She was also the top goal leader for the team last year, scoring 19 goals.
Looking some basketball as the Lady Knights want to try and repeat, get to the finals like they did last year.
Last year losing to Seneca on this field. So that was an unfortunate end to their season. That one cleared by Collingswood defense. Very close to the end in this one, about 5 minutes unofficially. Glad you're with us here on Channel 19.
My biggest takeaway for this game is just, even without Bridget and, you know, the incredible seniors they lost last year, how dominant they still are as a group, as a team. And, you know, good for Sterling to, again, keep the pedal on the metal. They're doing such a great job, and hopefully they can keep this going for the rest of the season.
Yeah, I mean, they've looked terrific out there. I mean, no real flaws. I mean, they've looked incredible. The freshmen have looked like veterans. Everyone has just done a great job, both offensively, defensively, never taking their foots off the gas. They never let a 5-0 lead feel too safe as they wanted to add on, and they did with 2 more goals here in the second half.
And you know, yeah, and actually the correct grammar would be their feet off the gas, but
no, it wouldn't. There's only 1 foot on the gas.
He said their foots.
I said foot. 1 foot.
You said foots.
I did not say foots. No, I didn't.
We've got
I did not say foots.
Saying that he said foots.
I swear I said foot.
All right,
Maybe
both of you.
Whatever.
It doesn't matter what Brian said. We all know what he meant.
Nuh-uh.
This has been the best
Kay
scoring.
is trying to change the subject in my headphones right now.
This has been the best scoring opportunity for Collingswood, as they showed on the monitor. Just got a shot on Kara Chestnut, but Kara Chestnut making a remarkable save as she... It's a great defensive play from Sterling. My God. But yes, Kara Chestnut making a remarkable save. Really one of the bigger chances that Collingswood has had this entire game, which is the subject that Kay was trying to bring up on in the truck, Brian.
Yeah, I guess. I'm just a little salty.
It's all right, Brian. I got your back, don't worry.
Thank you, I appreciate it. Perfect example of Sterling not taking their foot off the gas.
There you go.
And you know, before I was interrupted over a grammar mistake, Collingswood, big credit to them, who they're never they're never out of this game, and they've kept playing and kept playing and kept playing, even to the last whistle. So good for Collingswood.
No, it's really ironic you talk about being interrupted by grammar mistakes.
I wait till after the statement. I was going to make a statement, and then you said something, so I was interrupted.
No.
We have some great times here.
We do. Looks like we have an injured Collingswood Panther coming off the field. It looks to be number 22, Gabby Verdone. She seems to be in a lot of pain, as multiple teammates are trying to help her off the field. Hopefully she's okay. I'm not quite sure what she hurt. So we'll resume action here as that's scooped up by Kunkel. Hopefully she is okay.
Yeah, you never want to see something like that, especially this late to the game. So all hopes is that she's all good.
Under a minute left in the game, unofficially, of course. Could go into added time.
No post-game today.
Yep, no post-game show. That's, well, back to school night tonight, as that is going to do it. Sterling with a dominant 7-0 win over the Collingswood Panthers. They'll move their record to 3-0 on the year. Collingswood will drop their second game of the year, moving to 0-2. Sterling now leads the series against Collingswood at 21-4-1. As we'll take a look at some of these incredible highlights. The Lady Knights looking absolutely dominant. I mean, they've looked dominant all year. They've come off an 8-0 win. They've come off a 4-2 win, and now they win this game 7-0.
You know, I mean, you got to give credit to the girls. You got to give credit to the coaching. I mean, Coach Gay does a phenomenal job with the girls, the offense, the defense, all the schemes, all the, you know, where the player's supposed to stand, and everything. And, you know, adjusting to such a big injury like Bridget's. And they've done a great job. As we're going to bring in the highlights here for all these goals from Sterling. It's this first one from Ireland Kay, going from one side to the other with that shot. Just a great goal. Here we're going to have Montgomery Tram just tearing through the defense and just ripping one up top shelf.
And I mean, Sterling just have done a great job today elevating those goals, getting them over the keeper Kunkel, who tried to keep herself into it, and she was doing so for a good bit in the first half, but then starting to kind of lose it at the end as the goals just kept on coming. And we got to credit some of these corner kicks right there. I mean, just the kicks were looking terrific today. Sterling with a 7-0 win over the Collingswood Panthers. They move to 3-0 on the year. We'll see you Thursday for some more girls soccer. I'm Brian McLernan, joined by Dan Leakin today, as well as Connor Strauss and Kevin Schulz. Thank you to Mr. K and everyone on the tech crew. I'm Brian McLernan saying so long from the castle. And as always, go Knights.